Why did I stop painting waves? Welcome. This is kind of a full circle moment. Very early to this starting of this channel, I was painting almost exclusively waves, and I made a video called Why Do I Paint Waves, I believe. I haven't seen it in a very long time, but what I do remember from it is that I had my dog Chloe then, and she was a perfect medium-sized white fuzzed troublemaker. And now, what is it, like 7 years later, again in my life, I have a medium-sized white fuzzed troublemaker named Jack, and I'm painting waves again. Or am I? I mean, well, obviously I did behind me. But why did I stop painting waves? You're getting full hat on bedhead Robin today. I'm probably gonna be experimenting and maybe being a little more casual in some of my videos. Sink into the vibes. Thanks for being here. I hope y'all enjoy some of this insight into choosing subject matter and phasing in and out of them. I believe if I put myself in the headspace of that last video, I was talking about how I had devoted myself to painting waves more exclusively in response to personal loss of my dad. Specifically, I grew up on Long Island in New York and was very close proximity to the water, so I chose to dial into my sense of home and family during that time by painting waves. It also made a lot of sense career-wise because I was focusing on painting realism. I was living in New York, had infinite reference photo material. I was also doing live events and participating in the community art culture there. It probably influenced me to dial into that type of painting and landscape work, the communities I was finding in live event and plein air spaces. You know, we're chilling by the ocean. Me and a lot of older folk, honestly. It's an older community there, so it was kind of nice. Us just enjoying the scenery together. Well, I took a long break, not entirely. I've always dabbled in waves, but when I went from exclusive wave material to very mixed material, it was a significant shift, and that took place over a number of years on my channel. I documented different processes and styles and ventures that I was participating in. I dove into some of the challenge type art experiences because of my presence on YouTube and content making. I did a lot of really explorative things and pushed my sense of art rules. There's drawbacks and changes that happen when you stop having a primary focus and stylistically you shift, and there's reasons that go into why those things happen. Something I think that happens when you're a young artiste and you're going through conventional, maybe academic training, is that you spend time in technique development, and I found my highest validation and success rate when I was replicating things as closely as I could, which on one hand was impressive and I think easily digestible as good or talented because I could see that I was doing something right. But I also felt really restricted by the fact that when I deviated from a strict reference photo, I didn't know how to make up for the details and information that I didn't have directly in my photograph. Over the last number of years, exploring different subject matter, these processes, while at the time sometimes felt to me like I might be backsliding by engaging with them, backsliding in my traditional levels and ability. But what I think I've found is that I filled in a gap in my education and my painting abilities during that time. Not only was I exploring different conventions of painting and artwork, I also was exploring making mistakes because I wasn't doing things that were only realistic, so I felt a higher level of comfort doing things that were more outside of the box or unconventional or breaking from rules that I had made for myself in order to prove myself successful. And by doing that, I exercised a lot more creativity and space to fill in imagination. I figured out how to create landscapes from imagination, and I paid more attention to toolbox items that helped me create made-up scenes. By doing that, I was spending time developing different technical parts of my abilities, spending time observing nature, how colors look and function, paying more attention to them so that I can do something interesting in a painting. A photograph will limit you to how the camera has interpreted a scene if you're like I used to be and are just trying to match it as well as you can. But by having explored, I feel like I have this greater ability now when I'm coming back to the water and waves to implement new strategies that I have in my toolbox from expanding past just working on photographs of the water. I do like discipline and academic drive and measures of success, advancement in my work and in my field. And as I've been reconsidering my relationship with my career and how much work I'm putting in to develop myself as an internet presence while also developing myself as a field working artist with a presence in that community, I've been considering what types of work I want to be making to be taken seriously by myself or by people who I want to engage with the paintings that I make, and it draws me back to the idea that I want a deeper level of focus and discipline and continuity in the work that I'm making, which is something I came out of college very much doing, but that I kind of drifted away from in years to follow when I was exploring more things, especially during my YouTube career. When I get back to my roots and I'm thinking about what I seriously want to produce and show as bodies of work, that influence of my upbringing and landscape and home still are definitely in my interests, and I've come back to the ocean. The first time I did it recently on a 3x4 foot painting that you're seeing in this video for a commission for someone I knew growing up who also lived in New York. Creating that piece for him made me want to continue that, and I made a 2x3 foot painting, the one that's behind me, so that I could continue to explore the subject matter and personalize some of the decisions I was making a little bit more, since it was a picture that I was choosing every step of the way on versus working with a client and getting feedback and choosing the image together, things of that nature. Both were really good experiences and stretched my skill level in independent ways, but coming back to making larger scale wave work, I feel the impact of the subject matter and the scale, and I want to be engaging with that kind of drama that art has. And I just on a personal level, I think feel a little bit more reconnected with like some of my earlier versions of myself and my interests when I started this channel. I've had some coming home moments to myself after years of exploring and kind of figuring myself out and going my own way. So I think likewise in art and life, how they pattern each other. At this point in my career and artistry, I'm interested in using my new and old experiences to inform what I make and how I make it, and some of the depth and interest and unique qualities about what I can bring to the table as my own kind of artist now, not just wanting to replicate images that already exist, whether that be in a photograph that I've taken or in studying something and responding to previous work, but expanding what I'm doing and creating images that specifically are filtered through my artistic lens. I think generally I'm happy and excited about The idea that I can dial into some of my favorite subject matter and use them to create a consistent body of work, have that help to inform some of my goal setting as I do continue making and selling paintings and being an artist. So yeah, that's my experience with why I stopped painting waves consistently and why I have come back to them as a subject matter. I hope that you found something relatable in this, or maybe that could help inspire you in what you're doing now or your next moves. A little introspection and a little insight into me on my artist journey. If y'all enjoyed, I hope you will consider liking the video. If you're not subscribed, join the community. Look for more different types of videos, but maybe some more kicked back versions of Robin. Paintings are available for sale on robinsealark.com. I have new merchandise, and I am also online Instagram and Patreon, Facebook, different places are all at Robin Sealark. Check me out. Maybe I'll check you out back. Bye.